right to our bottom right. There's no other reason to say it. I mean, if we want to go nudist colony, let's do it.
Nude? We're going nude?
No, I mean, right. I'm already...
Oh, here we are.
Five nude dudes.
5:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And Clickbait Sports, whatever this monstrosity is here. And I got to be honest, folks, I don't know where else on the internet. It's a crazy place on the internet. I don't know where else you are going to get a man dressed as Bigfoot while another man paints said Bigfoot erotica as passages are read from a book that quite honestly shouldn't exist. But here we are. Oh, and we're also going to talk about sports.
Yeah.
We talk about sports. I don't know.
Listen,
if you're watching this wherever you are, can you just comment F in the chat right now? Because what the heck am I doing?
No, but I will do an L in the chat. I will do an L.
I'm gonna get a head start on this painting because
does anybody know
predict what's gonna happen?
The difference between Bigfoot and Sasquatch?
I believe they're the same.
Are they?
But now Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and Yeti. I always thought that a Yeti, but then there's also the abominable snowman.
Right.
Yep. So like I always thought that like Yeti and abominable snowman were the ones that like lived in the mountains.
Right.
You know, and then Bigfoot and Sasquatch maybe like in the forest. But I'm not.
Which is the one that likes the Slim Jims?
That was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, okay.
Also,
step into a Slim Jim
for sure.
So, how do we want to do this, Tom? Since you're hosting today, do we just want to get straight into the passage, or save that for later?
Oh, let's go around. We're going to introduce everybody to this one. The man who is currently painting a portrait. A beautiful portrait, which will be this beautiful Sasquatch erotica. You have Mr. 5 Point Vids.
How's it going, guys? I'm in art mode, so don't bother me. I'm gonna just.
A Yeti is different from Bigfoot. Okay, well there we go. Now there we go.
Oh yes, a Yeti is the abominable snowman. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
I think.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
To my up, you have the man with the golden facial hair. Mr. Brandon Perna.
Hi, guys. Sorry I wasn't here last week, but I'm ready to talk about Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers' weird quarterback situation today. And also, I have to ask Adam later in the show about the new goalie my Colorado Avalanche got.
Oh, I don't know. Your tree would know better than that, whoever it is.
Isn't he? Wasn't he on your team?
Alex DeBrincat.
Did you get Georgiev?
Yeah, they got Georgiev.
You got Georgiev? Oh, then I will know that one very well. He's a very solid backup. I don't know if he's going to be better than who was the guy that just
Kemper's gone.
I think what's happening is they're going to try and save up money to sign Nichushkin. I think that's what they're going after.
Okay.
Give it to us, baby.
In addition, we have a famous celebrity here, Edward Norton from American History X, also joining us today. Mr. One Urinating Tree. Tree, may I ask, what happened to the hair? Was it just too hot? It was too sweaty, and you said, screw it, I want to be like 5.
Let me explain the situation. I went to get a haircut on Tuesday.
Yes.
I was going to stop that for a bit. You're disrupting everyone from my horrible trauma of getting a buzz cut.
Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry. I'm a working man. I'm just trying to get things done here.
Okay. Mute your mic next time, buddy. But
no. I'm not going to do that.
Simple situation was I went to get a haircut on Tuesday. Try to go for the standard stuff, 1.5 on the sides, maybe a little faded up in the front. Try to flick it back, maybe military style.
Yeah.
So what ends up happening is she ends up using like it on the top, and by that point I'm just like, just shave it, whatever. So I just did like buzz cut. It'll grow back. So
I like it.
Wow.
Okay. Do you feel like cooler?
I mean, like, I don't mind it. It's like, it's different.
You look good.
It's
You
like
can
I can
pull it
pull
off.
off with the head style. Certain head styles can't pull off bald.
Can't.
No, you got a good head for it.
That's true.
Oh,
And
I bet you
Yeah,
have
great
great head
head.
too.
A great helmet. And finally, we do have the man who is currently dressed as Bigfoot, as Sasquatch, Mr. Scooter Magruder. Scooter, I'm just so happy that someone can finally feel my pain knowing what it's like to dress in a very hot costume.
Not only that, but you guys have to keep in mind, I use my veto to do this. Like, I said to these guys, listen, I don't really feel too comfortable roasting you guys. You guys are my friends. We are family. I'll buy the gosh darn Sasquatch suit and I will sit in it. So here we are.
What a
Because
guy.
listen,
As soon as Scooter told us that, I started thinking how hard I would roast you guys if that punishment was given to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
just-
veto being used.
look,
for
I'm
Brand.
over
was
here
like,
reading
oh,
Bible
what
verses
could I
about
say?
treating other people as yourself. So, look, I'll read a little Bigfoot erotica rather than roast my friends who I love and support and hope you guys just keep growing and doing bigger and better things.
I feel like Scooter could do one of those commercials where he's just wandering around in the forest and someone like throws litter out of their car and a single tear like rolls down his face and he's just like, how could you? And then you chase after the car and beat them to death. I mean, that's just like the extra, but like,
Well,
I'm
have
so
you ever
I gotta
seen
be
those
honest,
Messing with
guys. If
Sasquatch
Scooter,
commercials, man.
if he's
Crazy.
chasing me like with that costume, yeah, that's that the eyes are terrifying.
Someone screenshot.
Yeah, they're definitely terrifying. But folks, we got a lot to talk about. We will get to some Bigfoot erotica. We'll break up the show with some Bigfoot erotica as 5 is going to paint said erotica. But one of the biggest stories, of course, is that of Baker Mayfield finally being traded, and not to the Seattle Seahawks, but to the Carolina Panthers for a conditional 5th, which is not even for this, right? It's for the following draft.
2024 third.
And they're paying, I believe, $5 million of Baker's salary. And so they're basically getting a starting QB. They could say, hey, why not? Either that or we go to the Golden Corral. And folks, I'm just kind of curious on what we think about that. Do we think it's a good deal for the Panthers? Are we going to raffle at the Browns? And then the Seahawks, are any of you going to be their starting quarterback this season?
Oof, so many.
I just want to give a shout out to the intern at the U.S. Open that totally roasted some
Drew
Seahawks
Lock.
fan
Oh, man.
that tried to call tennis not a real sport, and then he just said, "You're going to watch 17 games of Drew Lock this year." I just have to give a shout out to that man for completely bodying both Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks in one fell swoop.
I think Locke responded to it too.
Yes, he did in a very, very nice way, actually. So, kudos to Locke.
I'll take this Baker question because I've actually been very intrigued as to like what the heck the Browns are doing and what the heck are the Panthers doing. So if you look at what the Panthers have done, they have used a lot of draft picks on a lot of quarterbacks, and now they've got a couple of quarterbacks, and now you throw Baker into the fold too. So it's like, what are you going to do with Sam Darnold now? What happens with him? And then they just signed another quarterback. Someone remind me who they signed another quarterback as well.
PJ
for a
Walker?
pick?
Is PJ Walker still there?
I gotta look at some
No.
stuff, but it's like, what are you doing if you're Carolina?
Well,
You spent
Matt
so
Rule is
much
desperate.
tax
That's what
capital
happened.
on a QB, only to still be where you are now.
Right. They end up with Sam Darnold, Sam Howell, and Baker Mayfield. Like, that's what you did. That's
Matt
your QB
Corral.
room.
They
Matt
basically
Corral.
were like,
Oh,
hey,
Matt Corral.
let's like just
Matt
kind
Corral,
of
that's who it was.
wing it
Sorry.
at quarterback. And you saw that by them literally starting 3 different quarterbacks last year. So
They played 2 quarterbacks in the same game and
Correct.
rotated them.
yeah. So the Panthers are, I don't think it's a bad deal for the Panthers because the Panthers basically are spending $5 million. A conditional 5th is absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And they go, hey, if he works out, cool. And I think the bigger thing is now the Panthers should have a better offensive line this year because last season they were atrocious.
Oh, yeah.
So if anything, maybe Baker Mayfield and Christian McCaffrey can play like 4 games together this season. Shoot for the moon.
Maybe they won't fire their offensive coordinator for not running the ball enough when Christian McCaffrey was injured. That could work too.
Just keep pounding.
I saw a tweet that Tree posted, and it went something along the lines of, if Baker never played this season with his shoulder hurt, he would actually have come out and been way better than he was. And I agree with that.
Well, he would still be the starting quarterback of the Browns. He still would be, easily.
I think he set himself up for failure. In football, it's always preached, play through the pain, right? You can play through a lot of these things. Well, maybe Baker Mayfield should not have played through that shoulder injury. And I've been reaching out to some Browns fans because I want to know, what do Browns fans actually think of Baker Mayfield? And what I've gotten so far from the responses have been basically this. We like him. We wish him the best, but it's time for us to move on. And they are really hoping that Deshaun Watson can play next season. That's literally
That's not happening.
All Browns fans who I've communicated with, this is sort of the gist of what I'm feeling. If I'm wrong, let me know. But this is what I've heard from some people.
I mean, I've heard Browns fans just going listen, Baker gave us some amazing moments, whether it was the Steelers game or taking them to the playoffs and all of that. I think at the same time, it was he got a bit of a raw deal, but
he got screwed over big time.
It kind of is what it is. And now you just pray that you actually have another starting quarterback that's not Jacoby Brissett.
Hold on. I got to shout out my guy, Ricky. Adam, Ricky is the man from the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. What's up? He was the guy that said, oh, go ahead. You want to finish the story?
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen him 3 times in the last couple of weeks because we keep going to eat there. And it was during the Avs playoff run. And every time he was like, if they win, I'm going to super chat you to talk some trash to Scooter and his Lightning. And he comes through with this promise. So I just had to shout that out before it got
Ricky produced the best story ever because we're out in Colorado. I get there. I've been there for all of 5 minutes. Brandon picks me up from the airport. He's like, you want to go get some lunch? And we go get lunch. And Ricky, our server, comes down and says, oh my gosh, you're 5 Points Vids. You're my favorite YouTuber. And then he looks at Brandon and goes, and you're that other YouTuber.
He knows my name now.
You flaunt that like you won the cup because that's the only
did
time
win
you
the
get
cup that
recognized
day.
more important.
Mm-hmm.
You have a
moment of my
Baker
life.
Mayfield
Listen,
style chip
shout
on
out
the
to
shoulder.
Ricky. Y'all got us this year. Let's see what happens next season.
Anyway.
Someone said that Scooter looked like a Power Rangers villain, and now I can't unsee it.
He looks like actually.
He looks like
Goldar.
the one
Do you
that
remember
he
Goldar?
fights all
Yeah,
awkward.
Goldar with.
Yes.
Yeah,
I look like Wu Kang. Stop lying.
don't worry. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers' tattoo, which got a lot more press than I thought it would. But
Yeah.
So I got a lot. Sports Center's just guys, what do you think about Aaron Rodgers' new tattoo? I'm like, why does anyone care?
Here's Sports Center's top 10 plays. And tonight they are all different angles of Aaron Rodgers' tattoo. But baseball's on. We don't care. People
Oh, wait,
still
guys, I
want
actually want
football.
to get this question to you guys as it pertains to Baker Mayfield. And chat, you can join in on this too. Who do we think will have a better career long term? Deshaun Watson or Baker Mayfield?
Well, I mean, Deshaun Watson has had an amazing career up to a certain point, and I don't think Baker has had that. He had that one really, really good season, but yet, no, Baker would have to play out of his mind for the next 10 years, and Deshaun goes to prison, I think, for him to match that.
But
Yeah.
if you think about it, both of them have not won anything. So it would just take one season, really, if you think about it. One majestic season.
Here's a way to look at it. What's more impressive, Baker Mayfield getting the Browns to the playoffs and getting a win, or Deshaun Watson getting the Texans to the playoffs and getting a win? Equally impressive feats, in my opinion.
That is when the Texans were like decent.
They
They had
good
like good
defense.
weapons, but their offensive
Yeah.
line was just like die.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
Here's the thing that's weird. And it's, well, one, there are loyal Browns fans who will defend Baker Mayfield, but there are still a lot of Baker Mayfield haters out there, even for Browns fans, even though he gave them something they hadn't had in decades.
Bud
right?
Light.
Yes.
They hadn't had
Shirtless
Bud Light in
photos with
decades.
Tigers. But I like the Carolina Panthers quarterback room. Scooter, you mentioned draft picks. So they have given up so far a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, and a sixth to assemble the room of Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Matt Corral.
It's lovely. And you also have to remember they extended Sam Darnold's fifth-year option before he played a single game for them,
Yes.
which was beautiful because
And
it backfired after like 3 games.
And the Jets got a lot of value for the Sam Darnold trade, so credit the Jets for that.
Yeah. And the Jets ruined him, which is even greater.
He was already ruined.
more irony.
That's what happens when you draft a 13-year-old. And the
Or
no,
USC
Zach Wilson
quarterback.
won.
If I pass out at any time, call the police and the ambulance to my house.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
We got it.
what I wanted to say about like the Panthers is they've done a lot of weird and dumb things at the QB position. They've started Cam Newton, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, Teddy Bridgewater. In addition to their current guys, they've paid QBs to play in other places. A lot of dumb moves, but I think Baker Mayfield is an upgrade over anyone they currently have on their roster.
Oh yeah.
So the Baker Mayfield move to me is a great move for Carolina. It's just hard to sort of admit that when you don't trust what they've done in the past. And Matt Rule is arguably on one of the hottest seats as a head coach this year, and I'm not sure he's the guy to get. Like Baker might just be going to his next bad head coach to play for. So it's kind of a weird situation.
They're going to bring in Freddie Kitchens again after they fire Matt Rule. They'll be like, come on, Freddie, come on down.
Freddie's ready now.
The most
Baker, we
interesting
swear.
thing about this whole thing to me is that we are valuing Baker Mayfield at the same value that we are valuing Amari Cooper, a 5th-round pick.
He got slightly above value that Case Keenum got. Keenum got a 7th. Baker Mayfield got a conditional 5th. And Cleveland had to retain a good chunk of his salary.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Speaking of Cleveland, I want to rewind a little bit. Tree, you had a great tweet, which was the Cleveland QB jersey needs to come back.
Yes, they need to bring that back.
They need to bring it back.
Oh, yeah.
They should have brought it back last year with what they got. Brissett now. You got to add.
Yeah,
Who else goes on that jersey?
Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum, Garrett Gilbert. You can technically add there. Nick Mullins. You could technically add Jarvis Landry because a lot of people said he had a better arm than Baker Mayfield. Deshaun Watson, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, I don't know. You can even add Jimmy Haslam in there for all.
That's like 6 names already, and Baker has been there. Was their number 1 overall for what, 3.5, 4 years?
Well, when they drafted him number 1 overall, I mean, people were surprised. I remember
I didn't like the pick.
We both laughed. Tree and I laughed our butts off.
He gave me Ryan Leaf vibes. I mean, he's okay, but like I thought, to be fair, I thought Josh Rosen was the most NFL ready QB. So take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah. I didn't want Josh Allen because
Josh Allen was like he was extremely raw.
He was
wildly inaccurate.
Yeah, he was going to be a project QB.
Hold on, though. But Baker
rooting
Mayfield
for Baker Mayfield to have a great season in Carolina. I hope he goes out there and just dominates people.
Me too.
One, I hope it's like 67-0. Like, I just hope he balls out, and then I don't care what happens the rest of the season. But like going up against the Browns week 1, yeah.
And I hope
I just want to.
There's another game like that week 1 too. Which game is that? Like another grudge
Seahawks
match?
Broncos.
What is it?
Seahawks Broncos. That one.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah.
I want to defend Baker Mayfield just a little bit. 2020, he threw for 3,500 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 62% completion percentage, and a QB rating of 95.9. Like he had a Pro Bowl season in 2020. That's a good season.
Yeah, even his rookie
there.
year was pretty good, and that was with Hugh Jackson.
I just think the problem with Baker Mayfield is he got in too many commercials, then he got injured, his play sort of plateaued, and he started playing garbagely, and that's what most people remember him as right now. It's the recency bias that's going on.
Exactly.
Yes.
All
right, you ready to
injury that messed up his mechanics, and it ruined him.
If you were going to redraft that QB draft class, are you taking Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson #1 with your pick?
I don't know. I mean, will you guarantee that they have the same success in a different system?
Yeah, they have the same success. Obviously, like Josh Allen, we felt like he went to the right place and they took time to develop him. Lamar Jackson was just good away.
I mean,
a lot better.
Josh Allen was looking rough after his first 2 years.
Yeah, no, his rookie season was horrible.
Yeah, like I called him a glorified running back because he was. I mean, he cost them that game against the Texans. I mean, great for him that he was able to develop, but I had severe doubts about him.
I'm taking Lamar for sure.
Just so he's not in the division.
Just because of just for the learning curve. Like Lamar is going to be more productive over time. You know, if you just look at his current body of work compared to Josh Allen. Now, Allen might be a better quarterback right now, but from day one, Lamar has been impactful in this league.
Yeah.
Well, and think about it. Like the Ravens, I think, are going to be Super Bowl contenders this year just because they're healthy. So, like, they're going to have a power run game. Can you imagine Lamar Jackson with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt? Like, you don't know who's getting the ball, but they're just going to run every single play. So, I mean, I think he could be really dynamic in that offense. Obviously, it's a what if and a hypothetical, but.
Yeah.
All right, I just made the tweet. Would you rather have Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen as QB?
I think we're all missing the real point. I'd rather have Mike White.
The real hero of the 2021 season.
I just love how he allowed Jets fans to hope for like 2 weeks, and then they were like, nope, back to pain.
The great white hype.
Besides the Baker Mayfield final trade, there's a bunch of other little things.
Wait. Can we do this erotica real quick so I can put this
all right.
away?
You drew the trees, and the trees look great.
Yes, these are the urinating trees.
Okay, so if you guys were not here for the first segment of this, what you missed was some scientists basically have crash landed.
Can you just move the mic a little closer?
Some scientists have crash landed.
Thank you.
And they have discovered this new race of creatures. And now one researcher is examining this Bigfoot creature up close, and we're going to pick it up where he's getting a little bit closer and he's looking at his face and his teeth, more specifically. So, here we go.
This is
Till
from a book.
and Ramsey are the main characters, if you recall. Here we go, picking it up. Till chuckled. The sound low and rumbling, but he sat Ramsey's foot down. Torture avoided, Ramsey said, "Can you come closer so I can see your face? I'd really like to get a look at your teeth, actually." Till rolled his eyes, Till being the Sasquatch. Till rolled his eyes, but got up and shuffled over to him, squatted down in what seemed like a favorite position.
Oh, God.
That was kind of ape-like, but was almost about the only thing Till did that was. Maybe it was by necessity. Since scavenging a chair sturdy enough for such muscular bulk wouldn't be easy. When Till leaned in and pulled his lips back in a fake smile, Ramsey leaned closer too. Fascinating.
Vigorous stroking.
Till's canines were much larger than the rest of his teeth, larger than a human's normally were. Even Neanderthals didn't have teeth like these. Till's were actually quite similar to a gorilla's. Leaning in more, Ramsey pressed a finger on Till's chin to make him open up. When he did, it seemed to Ramsey that the oddest teeth were those canines, since the rest were rather ordinary. Were the canines for meat or defense? Or maybe Till licked Ramsey's forehead,
Oh my God.
Oh no.
making
Ramsey
him
is-
turn away with a startled laugh.
Is Ramsey
rubbed
the
his-
scientist? I'm sorry.
A little
Who's getting
embarrassed
licked
to have
here?
to bend that up in Till's face. Sorry, you just have really interesting teeth. He grunted and gestured for Ramsey to open up, feeling it was only fair he did. Till got close and peered into his mouth, giving Ramsey a chance to visually examine Till's facial bone structure. A heavy brow ridge and deep-set eyes gave him perpetual appearance of menace, but Ramsey was not fooled. There was a quick, funny, and compassionate mind behind those golden eyes. My gosh. Metal, Till asked, and stuck a big finger into Ramsey's mouth to touch him.
Oh,
He should have just explained cavities and dentistry, but instead Ramsey closed his lip around Till's finger.
oh,
Oh.
They both
Uh-oh.
jerked back at the
Jerked?
first touch of Ramsey's tongue. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. Till stared at him with wide eyes while Ramsey felt a blush bursting across his face. Slowly, Till's face softened in a grin pulled up his full lips. Hungry?
the face.
Leave it right there.
Wow. What is that?
I'm painting here.
Honestly, it
They're
looks like
licking. They're tongue fighting.
you're recreating the scene from Lady in the
No, it was a
Tramp.
finger.
Oh no, he said he stuck his tongue out. Didn't you hear that part?
Oh, I thought he.
If you are
Something
just
about
now
a
joining
tongue.
the
I thought he just
show
put
and
a
this is your
finger in
first
there.
time watching, I apologize. It is not normally like this. This is a punishment. This is what
It's
your
exactly
punishment
like
should
We
be.
lost 500 viewers combined.
Nice.
We're glad
Nice.
you're here, and we're gonna get
Run
back to
away.
sports
If you ain't
rather
real,
quickly. I hope.
you're not real. Uh-huh.
Well done, Scooter. A very well done.
It's
Very
very expressive eyes.
erotica.
We'll
We
bring
lost
that back
so
for our
many
Christmas
people.
special.
That's so bad.
What are we doing with our bro? What are we doing with our?
I just
lives?
love how. Where's the top of the headset? Is it around your neck?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
We've got this thing jerry rigged appropriately. We're good.
Okay. So speaking of potential mistakes, Aaron Rodgers getting a tattoo yesterday. I think the best tweet about it that I saw was, "Oh, so he's not afraid of needles." That was a little bit of a golf clap. But wow, that's
That man has the longest tongue I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
I
What is
don't-
he, a lizard?
Y'all said he stuck his tongue out. I didn't know who Tilly was, and I didn't know who the other guy was, so I just gave them both a little tongue fencing. So there
Okay.
you go. There you have it. This
I
goes
hate it.
right
I don't hate
beside this painting here. There we go. Hold on. Clickbait famousness here. Oh,
I would
here's
say,
the boat painting,
you know,
and now this.
I don't know if you should auction that off or just immediately burn it. I really don't know. what
I'm
you
definitely
do.
going to start a fire with it. Maybe grill out.
I really
to
think
it.
that you should auction it and just see how much you could get.
A good punishment is like one of us having to hang that in our.
Oh,
home.
God. no.
Ooh, yes,
Oh,
it's like your
God,
living
no.
room when you have company.
Oh, we're so far away.
We
But
do, Josh.
Aaron Rodgers getting himself a tattoo. Thank you. And it's something. There's a couple lions on there. Maybe he said he would share the story for another day about what
okay.
it meant.
Yeah.
But I don't know why anyone was surprised based off of this tattoo.
It looks
But it's
cool.
his first one, and I guess we'll just go around the room and I guess give your 2 cents on
Can I go first?
You
I would
believe-
love to go first. I think I wonder where the chakras are. Are they aligned?
Mm.
Because that seems very important to. That's what seems to be going on here. Some type of alignment. Maybe that M right there is about Mercury going retrograde somehow. I just think Aaron is now in tune with the world. And
This man's
that's
going to
what
win a
this is
Super
saying.
Bowl, is what you're telling me.
No. I see a little bit of like constellations up top, or that could be a hydrocarbon. I don't know.
I think
see
it's
some lions.
constellation.
Maybe that means internal conflict, and then the serenity down at the bottom, which is when he is, probably not playing football.
Was it like that? Like there's two lions inside every person, kind of thing. Like maybe going along like those lines.
Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, y'all else can comment.
Well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, born December 2nd. This is an astrology tattoo. The Green Bay Packers QB is a rambunctious Sagittarius sun with a passionate Scorpio moon and a hard-headed Taurus rising. So that's probably what some of this means.
I guess.
I will say this. Like, I don't like to judge anyone for their tattoos. I like to look at tattoos for the quality of art and the job done.
Yeah.
And this is a really good looking tattoo.
Well done tattoo.
It's actually
Very fine lines. Yes.
I followed this artist after I saw this because his tattoo work is quite insane. So I think in terms of what you're looking at, it looks pretty badass. But it's astrology. And if you don't believe in it, it's just like putting, I don't know, like a Lord of the Rings tattoo on your arm or something like that. But I'm sure that Rodgers, it has more meaning.
If I could throw my 2 cents in, I would just start by saying, echoing Brandon's statements and saying, this looks very dope as heck. Like, I don't care what you think about tattoos, but this is a very impressively done tattoo. With that being said, it's going to be interesting to see how it holds up over time, right? If the fine lines fade or anything like that. As far as meaning, I personally love the Lions, right? I don't know what it means for him. I like it. I like the.
Oh, I know why there's 2 lions. It's because he gets to beat lions twice a year. Is what it is.
That makes sense.
That's
to me,
fair.
this is really a metaphor on what happens, when you win games that you should not. When like games, for example, Des Bryant, as you can see, like those circles to me, I'm getting that sense from this tattoo. Maybe this was something in relation to that. That's all I can think of. But it looks generally dope in my opinion.
And one quick
this
point.
man's tattoo, if we dislike it for whatever reason. Let the man do whatever he wants. It's his skin. He can do whatever he wants, and I think it looks
Yeah,
dope.
I don't know why this was such a big story. Like it blew up on Twitter, and I'm like, why?
because it's Twitter,
Before
that's
Tree
why.
weighs in, I just want to say I counted 15 dots here and only one like C thing. So it's like 15 and 1. And he seems to be like really upset that happened.
Yeah.
Or he's trying to cope for whatever, I'm counting it all up and I only see one of those. And then, I don't know what happened after that.
Oh no.
I think what I'm trying to decipher from this is he's looking at the NFC North opponents, Lions, the Vikings, and especially Chicago. And that eye represents Aaron Rodgers owning every single one of them. The Lions aren't even on there. As are actually the Vikings and the Bears. The Bears are just sitting there solemnly on the right, just thinking, oh God, life ends. I want to die. I want to put a dome over a stadium so they can stay in Chicago. And then the Vikings are they're going to talk a lot of shit. They're going to think, oh, wow,
we made it. 39 minutes.
We're going to do
39
something.
minutes.
We're going to be everything. Yep. It's going to be lovely. Yeah, they're all bite and talk and no bite. And then Aaron Rodgers is the eye above. It's like, I own all of you. I still own you. And that's,
I think Aaron
that's
Nagler,
what I'm guessing it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it says
that's actually Tyler, the guy who runs the Cheesehead TV, good friend of the show.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Awesome.
Tyler.
God. But yes, that was phenomenal.
All right, Tom, have you weighed in on this tattoo yet?
I don't care. I think like it as an actual tattoo, it looks really cool. But I it's a dude getting a tattoo, but I think it speaks to everything Aaron Rodgers does, especially since last year, like is under a microscope. Like as soon as like maybe you found out who his girlfriend was, like everybody jumped on that. The guy gets a tattoo, everybody jumps on that. So yeah.
He is like the Kim Kardashian of the NFL, like just unnecessary amount of attention.
Yeah. So That's what it is. Speaking of unnecessary things, again, the Chicago Bears.
Oh yeah.
There's some articles that are coming out that in order to potentially try and save them from moving to Arlington, right? That they're instead going to put a dome on there. And Pat McAfee actually got a little bit of backlash for this because he said that every stadium in the NFL should either have a retractable dome or be completely domed.
Because he's a punter, that's why. He's not to deal with the elements.
Yeah, he's looking at it from a punter standpoint.
How can they ruin Soldier Field more? They already botched it with the 2003 renovation. So they
And
made
the
like a classic exterior with some egg-shaped dome, and now they want to make like a dome on top of it and keep the exterior away from it. Like, what's it going to be? Is it going to be like one of those old Gothic cathedrals with like the big spires on the top, or is it going to be futuristic, or are we just like throwing everything in the idea so we can say it's like art or something? Because
Easy. I've got a solution that will make everybody happy.
Oh boy.
2 football fields stacked up on top of each other. One is all-time outdoor. The one underneath, you just have it as the roof above.
That makes sense.
Tell me that there's a flaw with that, and I will call you an idiot.
what if the snow forces that roof to collapse? Like Hubert Humphrey mentioned.
They aren't the Vikings.
No, it's too strong.
Integrity.
It's too strong. You just play on the
because
roof, and if
bridges
somebody
in
falls off,
Pittsburgh
it's
collapse doesn't mean the rest of the country can't build a good, strong stadium.
Listen,
So-
Pat. Oh, go ahead, Scooter.
We were talking about Arlington, like Texas, or
No,
Arlington?
Arlington
Virginia?
Park in Illinois. Listen, every baseball stadium should have a roof, or at least a tent that you can pop up, because rainouts bother me. Because if you're 10 years old and if you want to go see your first baseball game, you want to see Mike Trout, and all that happens is it rains and you can't see your favorite baseball player, and you cry on your 10th birthday because of the rain. That's on, whatever engineer didn't put a roof on a baseball field. Here's the thing. All of this is just BS. The Bears own the land in Arlington Park or wherever it is. Arlington Heights. Yes. So they're going to move there regardless. You could tear down Soldier Field and rebuild it, and they're like, nah, we're out of here. We're going to a place where there's parking and it's easier to access, and there's more rich people that can buy PSLs out there.
And we don't have to deal with crappy Chicago taxes.
And then someday the Miss McCaskey or whatever will unfortunately pass away, but then she might hand off the team to someone who gives a damn.
No,
That's
be one of her
what's going to
kids,
happen.
and they'll probably
Darn. Excuse
I
me.
think we should talk about the larger issue here, like what Pat McAfee was talking about. Should all NFL stadiums be domed? Should we remove the physical element?
No.
Should we allow Buffalo to have a home field advantage in the snow?
Yes.
What do we think?
The way
There's
you're
no
talking,
advantage.
Bud Grant would have an aneurysm right now. He built those Purple People Eaters and those Vikings teams for the cold. He would literally reach in front of your screen and just start.
But where do they play now?
In a dome, because the Vikings are spineless and they kill thousands of birds every year. So you know what? They're bringing back to society.
I cannot think about football without that game where I think it was Philadelphia and the Lions, and there was like 10 inches of snow, 10 thick inches of snow on the ground. And when guys would fall down, their entire face mask was covered in snow. That was the greatest game ever.
Yep.
And they had to go for 2 every time they scored a touchdown because they could not kick. I want that.
I mean, listen, the Bears, Tree touched on this before. The Bears, just to close that out, they ruined the stadium just by playing in it. So that regardless of what they do to it, it's already a disaster.
Yeah.
But in terms of like Lambeau Field, like ever having a dome, I'm pretty sure the citizens of Green Bay would burn that dome down before they let that happen. And the fact that like, yeah, you're supposed to get a home field advantage because I will say like Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Miami, they all have home field advantages. The fact that it's played in like the humidity and the sun and the heat. So it doesn't make any sense.
By the way, how's that home field advantage worked out for you as of late?
Not great.
Exactly.
Not great.
See, in Philly, they were going to propose, instead of a dome, they were going to put netting around the field so you couldn't throw batteries. But they decided that they wanted to keep that home field advantage.
I mean,
They throw that at the fans, not the players.
you think if they
Yeah,
put a
that's true.
chimney in their stadium, Santa still wouldn't visit? Or
I don't know about that.
If
All
there's
right.
any positive about the Chicago Bears situation, you can at least use the skeletal remains of Justin Fields to help that foundation.
Justin,
Wow.
buddy, it's
Wow.
gonna be.
You could use the ghost of Rex Grossman. to,
I'd say
help that work out.
Maybe you can find
How did
Peyton
you
Mountain
get-
somewhere and then just
How-
bury him in the concrete.
You know, there's quarterbacks that won Super Bowls. Who's the worst quarterback to just get to a Super Bowl? Is Rex Grossman on that list, along with say
I think
Tony
it's still
Eason?
Trent Dilfer, if you think about it.
Dilfer
Yeah,
won.
he won one,
I know,
but I'm
but
talking just
I'm
out
I'm
there.
saying like he's still.
Jimmy G.
I think it's still Trent Dilfer's worse than Jimmy G.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Way.
for sure. Dilfer didn't have to do anything besides hand the ball off to Jamal.
We could have won that Super Bowl.
What's his name?
We could have won that Super Bowl as QBs.
Yeah,
Trent Dilfer.
maybe
Peyton
not
Manning
me.
when he won a Super Bowl.
Tom
with the
Brady,
Broncos.
Oh yeah,
pretty bad. All those.
yeah.
times he
Tom
got
Brady's
there.
no good. Jeff George didn't get to a Super Bowl. Jared Goff did get to a
least
Super
his
Bowl.
Jared
first
Goff
three
did make it to the
Super
Super Bowl, didn't score a single
Stan Humphries made it to a Super Bowl. That's a
Sam
good
Humphries,
one.
yep,
Jay
the Steelers
Wusow.
choked. Mhm.
Still Tom Brady.
Troy Aikman. Yeah, he was
Hey,
pretty
You leave
sus.
Troy out of this.
Yeah. Kerry
That's
Collins got to us, played in a Super Bowl.
Ron
Jake
Jaworski.
Malone.
Ooh, Jaws.
Oh,
Jake
When he had-
Delhomme.
made a
Jake
Super
Delhomme had a
Bowl?
deep arm.
Runs, but
Yeah.
He made a Super
I'm
Bowl with the
sorry.
Panthers.
I'm sorry. I'm yelling. I'm very
Bill
excited.
O'Donnell.
Very excited.
Chris
Very-
Chandler.
I'm very
That's a good
excited.
one. He had a good year that year, though.
Art
Yeah.
Starr is statistically one of the best quarterbacks. He won 2
Biggest
Super Bowls
facts.
in his first 2 years. Like
Biggest facts.
he's, I a long time ago I did an analysis on like career arcs and getting to the Super Bowl. Bart Starr was like at the top.
Dude, I'm working on a video of like who is the greatest QB in Packers franchise history, and like
Is
there's a
my mic too
legitimate
loud?
argument for Bart Starr to be that guy. Like Aaron Rodgers is amazing. Like I think Favre is really good. Obviously, he has the interceptions, but I mean, there's an argument for Starr.
What about Don Mikowski?
The Magic Man,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Magic Man. He's not even fourth.
Oh, come
Here's the
on.
question though:
He's not
Is
fourth.
is there an argument for all these other teams to be joining the SEC?
Oh
now
yes, we forgot about that.
as well. So I don't know if you guys
Mhm.
saw this news, but 4 more teams are being considered to join the SEC as college football makes its way back towards really 3 conferences. The heck? So what were the teams? Did you guys see the teams that were being listed? It was Virginia, North Carolina.
No, Virginia's out. They don't want to join
Not
the
Virginia.
SEC. Yeah, it was SEC.
Has to be Clemson.
expansion.
It was
Yes, Clemson
FSU.
wanted to come. Florida State.
Yep, that makes sense. Miami?
Florida State. That would be a great rivalry.
Yeah.
There's
thought it was-
conflicting reports, but it said no. Wait, it says North Carolina, Virginia, Clemson, and
FSU.
maybe Virginia Tech.
Virginia
Huh.
Tech. No Florida
Uh-huh.
State. Interesting.
That is very
Wait.
interesting.
Figure Florida State and Miami would work well in the SEC.
No, okay. Here's the tweet from Brandon Keith: North Carolina, Florida State, Clemson, and Virginia. They're trying to renegotiate. They're trying to get out of their TV deal, and so I guess this is just speculation that they're going to join another conference.
Okay. Now, is this good or bad for college football?
I mean, it's about the same. Once you started putting the money out in public, I think it just. What is that?
This
I'm
is
going Big
glorious.
10 first, SEC second, and then Big 12 if I've had a few drinks. That's all I got to
This
say.
is
Thank
This
you,
is-
5.
this is a visual. We needed a visual.
Mhm.
When
I got it.
I was typing in college football into Twitter, and before I could get to the word football, it just automatically tried to get me to search for college girls.
Oh,
But
should already be in your queue. Huh?
Interesting.
not in my
Interesting.
queue.
Yeah. Jess is probably watching. Okay.
Hi, Jess.
Anyways, I think that yes, eventually college football is going to become like the novel 1984, just 3 countries, 3 conferences. One will be Oceania, one was what? Asiana, and what was the third?
Eurasia
Whatever.
and East Asia.
Eurasia and East Asia. That's it. That's all it's going to be. It's going to be north, south, east, west, and Rough Riders do it because they ride the best.
What's crazy?
And that's all there is. Mhm.
What's crazy is like it's cyclical. Like if you look at how history has played out with conferences, it's like this is what happens. They become these big major conferences, then they break off into smaller
Mhm.
conferences. And now we're back into forming up these big major conferences now. So it'll be interesting to see maybe 10, 20, 30 years from now the break apart of all these big
Because I want
conferences.
more money.
Yeah, it seems like because what kept it from happening before with the bowl games, like Rose Bowl was considered this sacred game between the Big Ten and the Pac-12. It was an exhibition game, and gosh, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight right
That
there.
is a lot of
Holy
My
weight.
knees
crap.
just snapped watching
Yeah,
that.
I tore both my ACLs watching that. But now the bowl games they were rolled into the college football playoff, so they're getting their money, right? It's all about splitting up that sweet cheddar.
Wetting
And
that
if
whistle.
if the teams that are bringing in the cheddar want to keep more of it instead of sharing it with a Vanderbilt or a team that's not contributing to their conference, they're going to do it because they want to get all that grant money so they can, cure cancer or something off
Listen,
of some
Vanderbilt's
football
on
player's
the up
back.
and up. Vanderbilt is on the
Mhm.
up and up. They have a great
In
baseball
baseball.
program.
Yes.
Leave Vanderbilt alone.
Mm-hmm.
Vanderbilt's been really good at baseball for a long time.
Yeah, they won a natty. Their stadium, horrible. Anyways, do we have another subject, Tom, host?
I thought that was it. I forgot all.
There
the
is
other
a kind of a big one.
Yeah, what
Um,
Ernest said.
We do have the NHL draft coming up tonight.
That
Oh,
is
okay.
exactly what I
We
was
do
gonna
have a
say.
big
Yeah.
trade as well. Alex DeBrinket's going to Ottawa for a first, a second, and a third next
No
year.
way.
Not
Big
DeBrincat.
news.
No
Yeah,
way.
Alex DeBrincat
DeBrincat.
is an excellent player, tiny man, 5'7", skills like
Me.
no tomorrow.
He
And
is
shorter
Ottawa
than
is actually
Brandon.
spending money. I think there may be an extension involved there. Big news coming out. So Chicago gets the 7th overall pick. They get back into the first round because they traded their first last year for Seth Jones.
Do the Isles have the 1-1? Is
No,
that
the
it?
Canadiens. The
No, the
Habs.
Canadians have the 1-1.
So your biggest prospects right now, Shane Wright. He's been one of your top guys for the last 3 years. Franchise caliber
I know that guy.
center.
What
He's
position?
going to be center. He's a center. So he'll probably be really good. Like he'll be the savior for Montreal. There are a couple other guys. Logan Cooley, Pittsburgh legend, Pittsburgh alumni, potentially probably going second or third
What
overall.
position?
He's a center too, as well. So I think he was playing in the national NTDP, the National Team Development Program of the U.S. of the USHL. Uri Slavkovsky, he's a winger. He's going to be out of Slovakia. Really strong player as well. A lot of upside.
That
the
development
elite stuff.
league, is that like the equivalent of the G League for the NHL?
No, actually, it's not
different.
affiliated
Yeah.
because it's sponsored by the U.S. Olympic Team. So they play, I believe, in the USHL, which is like a junior league, a college prep league. So they play there, and then they have like an under-18 team, an under-16 team.
It's a lot like travel soccer, but on steroids. Like the developmental leagues for hockey is insane. Like where they find these prospects, and they have them in every country. So like some kid will just tear up the Swedish league, and you'll be like, oh, this guy's gonna get drafted. And then we have college players. It's crazy how the hockey works.
And now for the draft, is it
They're on
similar
ice.
to NFL or NBA? Is it lottery?
NBA.
but the difference is now they have 2 lottery picks instead of 4. So they used to have 3, but they realized the number 1
What do
team
you
always
mean?
got screwed over. So like what happens is like the worst team is guaranteed at least the 3rd overall pick, and they have certain odds. Like every non-playoff team's in that position. If like one of the teams that finishes say 14th wins the lottery, they don't actually get the 1st or 2nd pick. They only can move up a max of 10 spots. So a team that is like the best a team can do, I believe, is 11th or 10th. And then they win the lottery. They move up to 1st or 2nd.
Okay. And how many rounds?
7 rounds.
Okay.
So 7 rounds, 30 picks. There are a lot of guys that fall through the cracks because it's tougher to develop for hockey. Ooh, Sandra Douglas
We got
Morgan.
history.
That's what the Raiders do. They make that history.
Yeah.
But I think didn't they fire their president under really shady circumstances?
Yeah, he like lasted what, a year?
Yeah, and then
Who
like,
was the previous president?
Well, the previous president, like 3 guys resigned last year due to alleged tax issues.
Tax issues?
Yep.
So this is history, and then didn't a NHL GM just get hired
Yes.
through the
Yep.
first
Mike Greer, the brother of Chris Greer of the Miami Dolphins.
And he
Wait,
was a
for
pro
real?
for a long time. He was an
Yep.
NHL player for
Yeah,
a
he
long
played for the
time.
Oilers,
Tough
Sharks.
as nails. Oh my gosh! When you saw Mike Greer on the ice, you were like, "I'm gonna skate over here in the corner because Mike Greer. I don't want to skate near Mike Greer because he's gonna mess me up." That's how.
Mike
Yeah,
Greer,
that's
Mike Greer
how
could
tough
still
he
kick
was.
my ass. He looks good for his
Yeah.
age. He looks
And
like he
he
has
is-
left hockey.
How long before Sandra is forced to get the Mark Davis haircut? That's all I want to know. You got to look the part, Sandra, and you need.
I don't know about that. They may just settle for PF Chang's and Hooters.
Can we end
She's
with,
doing neither of those things.
Can we end with a discussion on the ongoing trade talks surrounding Kevin Durant? Have you guys been keeping up with the latest and greatest? Tom, what have you been hearing?
Nothing. I mean, I heard sources that I was looking into said that the
Thing.
the Jazz
The thing. Yeah. Oh, the Jazz. The Jazz.
really were interested in him.
Okay.
And
Was
I
that the
think
Philharmonic?
He could make sweet music with the Jazz, who are from Utah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Utah
All right,
I'm
guys,
on
that's my show. Thank you so much.
What I've been hearing, I don't know if you guys have heard this. I heard that the Nets recently made an offer to the Timberwolves, and they said, "Hey, we'll give you Kevin Durant if you give us Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards
That
and
ain't happening.
4 first-round picks."
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
That was the offer.
Yeah, I don't think you're even getting that for Cat and Anthony Edwards. No.
They said, "Take a hike," as would I.
Watch him
would've
go to
said
the
the same
Jazz.
thing.
Just watch.
He might actually go to the Jazz. The latest I've been hearing too is now looks like
Maybe not.
Toronto, Scotty Barnes might be touchable. It was being floated that you cannot have Scotty Barnes no matter what. Now, all of the sudden, not the case. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out. I saw another report that said KD is now uncontactable from NBA players. NBA players have been trying to reach out to him. No one can get a hold of this man. So
he's probably
Not-
on vacation.
Missing?
Is where he is.
well,
Yo,
it's
shout out to
interesting because-
Payo Time. Make sure you check out his YouTube channel. Give him a sub.
I just want to say one thing is Scooter, when
rated,
you
Teo.
talk, I can tell that you're articulating underneath the mask, and then your mouth will move just a little bit, and my brain like connects that you're talking. You seem like you're just talking like this, and it's very funny to me.
The expressive eyes are.
I just
What
see
it was
it,
like-
and then his eyes are so demonstrative, and I'm just like, this is theater right here. I just.
I'm telling you, I look like Wukong. Stop playing.
Mhm. All right, are we gonna wrap up? Do the countdown? Count
We did
the
it.
money.
Just never double wrap.
Never double
It's
wrap.
not as
triple
safe
wrap.
as you
You
think.
triple-
I hope Aaron Rodgers better double wrap, or else he's gonna have a crazy baby.
Ooh, it's getting even moodier and moodier every time. We
Yeah,
do this
it
song.
speeds up and then it slows down.
Play it away.
20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 4. I still don't know why I do this song every week. I don't know how to rhyme with four anymore, guys. Like, I feel like I've used every word.
Before, core,
I've done before.
sore.
I've done
This is
four,
very
Core.
poor.
playing golf.
Sure.
I just, there's a lot of pressure every week.
Whore.
I don't care.
Like,
Maybe you're a whore.
Score.
It's a chore to
Well,
Score
I'm
the ball.
trying.
about four.
I'm pretty sure
Your.
I've
Your.
used. Oh my god,
Wildflower,
are they
lore.
actually? That's
Your?
hysterical. I literally made that up. If he goes
no,
to
it
the
said,
Jazz,
no. It said Tom.
No, the Jazz. No, the Jazz have been setting things on fire. They got rid of Gobert. They got rid of everyone. They're just burning it to the ground. KD to the Warriors.
I am the warrior. Babe.
I got $12.19,
KD.
98 cents. I'm out.
Good.
I'm like Kramer.
74.98.
So-
74.98.
119.74. So I'm probably lost. Thank God.
$88.17.
Yes, Tom.
Tommy.
Tom,
Thomas.
Tom.
374.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
You want me to ship you this
Now-
costume?
Yes.
Keep in mind,
Tom is
Tom
Bigfoot.
Grossi is going to be at my house next week, which could
Ooh.
set up a nice collab punishment.
Yeah.
Here.
Well, there's going to be a collab punishment. It's
leaving
probably going to
before
involve
Thursday.
you recreating a scene from Bigfoot's erotic novel.
Ooh, collab punishment.
You and Tom.
Y'all have to act it out. I
No,
painted
no,
it.
Brandon.
Out the
No, Brandon.
painting.
It's hold on. It's like, let me open your mouth, Brandon.
Now, I'm not getting
Oh,
punished.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hey, it would be an honor for my finger to be in your mouth. That's not a punishment.
I think you'd like something else in his mouth too, but I'm not going to.
Whoa, hey. It's not that
I
kind
ain't
of show,
judging.
guys.
I ain't judging.
Hair. Hair.
judging.
I'm a hair guy.
I just
If
Bro,
they
lick your
recreate
hair.
a page, if they
This is
recreate
the
a page
wildest
from
show
the novel.
on the internet. I do not care what you say.
Oh my god. Hey,
This is-
shout
what
out
are
to
we
Case
doing?
Cookus.
Yeah,
Recover
Case.
Yes,
quickly,
Case
you
Cookus
majestic
broke his
beautiful son of a
collarbone.
gun.
Tom, what is
Fibula,
coming
fibula.
out on your channel?
What?
What is
Are we-
coming out on your
Do
channel?
we have to do the punishment first?
Oh,
Yeah.
We gotta figure out what my punishment
Oh.
is before I start promoting
You're all
things.
recreating a scene from the
I thought it
thing.
was the recreated
Live.
scene.
Wait,
I
oh, is
thought
that what's
that's it.
happening with Perna? I'm recreating a
You're
Sasquatch.
going to his house, are you not?
Yeah,
I mean-
I don't know about that one.
I'm a Sasquatch just because of the
Come
facial hair.
on.
What can we
Come
do
on.
drunk?
That.
I can't
I
stop
don't know.
smiling. You guys can't see my face right now, but I'm
I gotta
smiling.
think about my kid.
We could recreate Super Bowl 32, and I'm just gonna hit you, sir. You're the Elway helicopter.
Oh my god.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
Chat, help us out with some punishment ideas. Maybe we need to dead this Sasquatch.
Something
boy.
definitely has to happen when Tom is out.
There's a
there
pickup
in,
football game
the
happening
ring.
There
Sunday,
will be
Tom.
stuff happening when they're out there. But
Ooh.
Who do you know? Who? Some
know.
kids
Mile
at the
High
local
Mario,
park?
man. I
I
got
don't
a
know.
game. Starts at 9:30 a.m. Be a little tight, but if you want to do it, we can.
I mean,
Tom has got to
lands
play
at
in this game.
9:40 a.m.
I say, as a punishment, Tom must play and must score in this game. And if he doesn't
If
score,
not,
if he doesn't score, we come up with a secondary punishment.
Oh, we
I
could
would-
do Tom Grossi wide receiver, 10 pass attempts, but I cover him, and he has to score a certain amount of touchdowns. And if he doesn't, then we can come up with another punishment.
I like it.
Ooh.
I like
So he
it.
gets worked physically, and then maybe we work him mentally.
He's got a great size advantage over me, but I am a dirty corner. So
Yes.
He's
Yeah,
just gonna
I could
punch
see
me in the
that.
balls.
I could
injured
see
him first one.
Brandon elbowing Tom in the chest,
And this could
maybe
be a-
biting of some kind. Look at those teeth. He's
and
ready
this
to
could
bite
be a good
somebody.
warm up because I don't know if should we let people know yet what we're planning here? Bob?
Not yet,
Or-
not yet.
Okay.
We're keep it under
Okay.
wraps.
Okay,
Keep it under
okay,
wraps.
okay.
All right, so Perna is good. So wait, how many do I need to score? Or is it just catching?
yeah, just catching.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Who's throwing the ball?
Yeah, who's throwing the ball, Jeff?
We'll get
Kurt
Mario.
Benkert.
He's the guy who
Yeah, we'll
organizes
Kurt
our
Benkert.
pickup
Chris
football
Pratt
game.
is going to throw me the ball?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
We'll fly in Kurt Benkert.
What's Kurt doing? He's just hanging out in Florida.
Yeah, he's just living the life.
Okay, what's coming out on everyone's channels?
I am coming out with Weird Baseball Fields
am.
2, and it is going to be the most anticipated video of the year. I have got some fields that will blow your mind. Blow it. Blow your mind.
We're
Like
talking about
the
blowing an
Sasquatch.
erotica. Like, well, let's just get it over with already.
No, y'all are gonna be like, what? Yes.
Tree, what do you
Anyways.
have coming out?
I got a vid on Baker Mayfield coming out. So.
Ooh, that's gonna be saucy.
I was looking to do one on the 2021 Raiders, but the Baker Mayfield stuff came up. It's like I gotta pivot.
Pivot.
That's fair.
Pivot.
I'll pivot.
Pivot.
I got a video about 10 players who are on the verge of being busts. That'll be up tomorrow. So.
There it is.
Tom?
Kinky.
Is this some kind of a bust?
We got GPS tomorrow. We got Friday Q&A and then Coach on Saturday, which I'm desperately trying to get done before I go to Colorado
Yeah, buddy.
and see Brandon Perna. Scooter.
All right. I'm still trying to figure out which team I want to do, but I'm going through and doing various teams NBA free agency and deciding if I want to do a Browns therapy session or we'll see. We'll see what we
You should do NHL teams reacting to the draft.
I would, but I would only know how to do one team, and even for that one team, I'd have to do immense research, and then even then, my views might not be as high. So we'll see. We'll see.
Here's the thing. I want to say this real quick with the NHL. Like, it's a good audience if you only did NHL. The problem with the NHL is like people that watch football, like, or that watch a main sport, don't mess with the NHL like that. Like, if you're football, like you'll mess with the NBA, or if you mess with the NBA, you'll mess with football. But if you're football, if you like football, you're not gonna mess with the NHL. It's
See,
unfortunate.
I find that
It's
little
not
bit
a two-way.
different for Tampa though, just because it's Tampa and they got the Bucks and the Lightning there, and both have
Little
had
bandwagon.
yeah.
a little
So
bit.
I think it's a little bit different there, but I do agree with
Who's
you.
this dude? Is this
My new
Darcy Kemper?
goalie.
Oh, that's
Rocking-
Georgiev.
That's rocking
Oh.
a Broncos hat.
One
And
thing
Rangers
to know:
Super Bowl, here we
His-
come.
his mom is very attractive.
All.
Oh,
Yes.
There you go.
even better.
This has
Alexander
been Clickbait
Georgiev's
Sports.
mom.
Next
I'm
week,
not here
same
next
time.
week. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay.
Same
You'll be in Colorado.
Somebody's got to do that song.
Tom Grassi.
And the
32
show.
NFL teams react to staying at Brandon Perna's house.
True.